in retirement homes now. I don't know, maybe,
It's true.
it's not the same customer. So maybe, and that's what, when I was cast on the show, I was hoping that I was going to be that one. And I thought when I met with production, they wanted me to be that one to empower women to start their own businesses, to get out there and see how this single mom is ruling the world, in New York City. She came from nothing. She started a construction company, and anybody can do it. Like, I wanted to give and bring that energy to the viewers. But at the end of the day, maybe that's not what they want so much. They want to come home from work and they want to watch train wrecks.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe you were just ahead of your time, Barb.
I think I was. I mean, I started a line of tools 20 years ago. I started a construction company 20 years ago. I'm always ahead of my time, David.
Seriously. Maybe now, because they are, more career women now. Maybe, no shade to the OGs, but maybe you would have been, good for this incarnation.
I could have been like the Lisa Vanderpump of RHONY.
Yeah.
What season are we on? 14?
14.
Yeah, I could have been the Lisa Vanderpump of season 14.
Well, we still have lots more seasons to go.
Well, you know what? Maybe by then I'll have my own show. You never know.
You might. What is going on? I mean, I know you have stuff going on in like reality TV all the time. Anything you can share with us here today? Like, you're always pitching, right?
I mean, we are pitching. We have pitched to major networks. I mean, I'm still waiting to hear. I did have another call with another production company yesterday, and about an ocu-series, like following me around with myself and my team and the projects that we're doing and my life, a day in my life in New York City and what I do, like how my son is now involved in the business and our relationship, and also like my Hamptons life and what I do on the weekends and the parties and the dinners and all that other stuff. I mean, I lead a pretty exciting life, David.
I've hung out with you in the Hamptons. It is always exciting. I mean, the last time I hung out, whatever, you were like, let's just go here. And I'm like, Barb, there's a whole thing to go here. Like, you're like, we're just going to walk in. Don't worry about it. I'm like, really?
The thing with me, David, is that even though I am like getting into my more mature years, I believe that I had this very youthful spirit. And all I wanted to do all summer was be in Montauk and hang out at
You really did?
Yes. I was at the Surf Lodge more times than the owner was at the Surf Lodge. Okay. I lived at that place.
And do you know that maybe if you paid me, but it would be like a pretty hefty salary. I don't know if you could pay me to go to the Surf Lodge.
Are you kidding? I love
Let's
the
just
Surf
say
Lodge.
the
Who doesn't
average
love
age of people that go to the Surf Lodge is what, like 23, 24?
24 to 28. You can throw in some 20-year-olds too that are getting.
I mean, they're all very
fake
cute.
ID.
They're all very cute. I walk in there and I'm like, okay, there's very cute boys here, but
there are some cute boys.
Yeah.
There was one night I went when Nancy Atlas was performing,
Really?
and I was like, wow. I'm in my age group right now. But other than that, like if you're going on Friday and Saturday night, I am like, but like.
You're like, I'm going. I'm like, Barb, I just want to go to dinner and then we'll all have 2 drinks and I'll be a little buzzed and I'll go home at like 9:30. What's the big
good thing
deal?
about going like out with the 20, there's a lot of RHONY fans.
Yeah.
I mean, especially at the Surf Lodge. Even the DJ was like, oh, can you repost my picture that I'm going to be DJing like tomorrow night? And I was like, sure. There's just a lot of.
And were they like 20-somethings?
Yeah,
That are real
there
wow.
are. There's a lot of RHONY fans that want to take pictures, and they're like, you were my favorite. You got the shit end of the stick. And I was like, yeah, I did.
Well, I mean, I like to have fun, but Surf Lodge it's a thing. It's a thing.
I'll take
right?
you. I'll pick you up in my Bronco.
Okay, thank you.
And I will have the top down. Our hair will be flying in the wind.
And we'll go to Surf Lodge.
And we will go to Surf Lodge.
Do you like, to the point of like 20-somethings, do you agree with the direction of like, so RHONY, it's all, other than Jenna, everyone is like 35 to like 42. We have someone new on Salt Lake who's like in her third. Like that is the direction Bravo's going. And like it's almost like, I feel it's like, okay, if you're 35, we have 20 years out of you or 30 years out of you. I mean, do you like, I like an older housewife.
I think, listen, I love to have an older housewife, and it's not older. Age is just a number.
It is.
You want someone that brings something to the table. You want some wisdom. You want entertainment. You want comedy. You want somebody to be light and funny and fun and, jump on the back of a motorcycle, like that kind of feeling, just a free feeling, a free independent thinker. And I didn't see from that one episode, I just saw a couple of them. I don't think they're going to last.
You don't?
No.
You think Jenna's going to last?
I think if she wants to last, she will. I think that she can make her own decision at this point because I think that she brings a lot to the table. And it's just a matter if she wants to continue with it and go down that path. But I think she should give it another season.
I would agree with you. Like, I think, look, financially, I think she doesn't need to be there.
Right.
And that's a unique position, I think, for a housewife, for most of them.
And she's a lesbian. I love that. I mean, we needed a lesbian on the show.
We did, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
First RHONY, out, like, official housewife.
Absolutely.
So I think
a lot of bisexuals on that show.
Well, there's...
I mean, look at Brandy. I mean, she almost like maul Carolyn Manzo? I mean, that's what I heard.
That's the rumor. Although she has just spoken out. She just did an interview where she says, listen, I don't even know if we're ever going to see Girls Trip 4, but who knows?
You don't think so?
Well, they're putting out the New York Girls Trip
that.
before. As soon as this happened, my mind says, I mean, if I were Carolyn could be suing. I'm still not sure she's not, or something's happening.
Well, you are a RHONY expert, David.
This is just and I think that, what are we going to see? Like, I think it's going to be a black screen, or are we going to see the episode with nothing? Like, they're not even going to address this. It's just going to be taken out because it happened at the end.
Well, they could edit the whole thing out. I mean, you never know. We'll see what happens.
Well, Brandy says she can't wait for it to come out and can't wait for everyone to she said the longer it goes, the narrative is out there and she can't stand it.
Well, she wants to be vindicated.
She wants to be vindicated.
Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
And you thought the producers wanted you to come on and empower women as the CEO.
I mean, how ridiculous does that sound at this point?
You didn't know me then.
No.
If you knew me, you could have said, David, how is this going to play out for me?
I wish somebody would have told me at that point how to approach the show. I would have done it differently.
I am not joking. In my next life, I swear this all the time, I would like to start a consulting business for housewives, like first year, second year, fifth year.
You'll get hired.
And like what to do. Because, so many people get terminated like 10 years in.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I could have told you that. Like, this is what you did wrong.
Listen, RHONY's a great platform. And just, use it wisely. That's my best advice. And it's hard to get on the show. It's not easy to get on.
So hard.
It's very hard.
There's a line out the door, right?
Absolutely.
Well, speaking of, being consoled on vacation by Miss Bethany Frankel, now we have Bethany's reality reckoning. I just had Mark Garagos on this past, recently, one of her attorneys.
Wow, that must have been interesting.
Do you see the podcast that you're here with today, Barbara? This is how did
I even get invited?
Well, you're Barbara Kavovit from, CEO, entrepreneur, RHONY, personal friends. I mean, you check a lot of boxes.
Thank you, David. This is, I'm very excited to be here, I have to tell you.
Well, thank you for taking time out. But Mark, he's a big guy. I mean, listen, I said to him, he's trying to get the Menendez brothers out of jail. I could sit with you. I said, I could literally sit with you for 5 hours. I have